Are we back? Which is... Okay, so for some reason, as soon as I finished the game, stream cut out. Final thoughts. I need to give my final thoughts. The biggest issue with this game is the over-inputting. You try to capitalize on those moments where you get a big opening and you get caught in all the string of combos that you press. Kind of devastating. Another big thing, when you're out of something, or you press some of the animations, like with the Legion on, it's very slow. If you're out of a pulse cell and you press it, devastating. You're gonna die. I don't think it should be as punishing as it is. In other games, it feels like you can roll cancel, like with Bloodborne, for example. I'm gonna relate this to Bloodborne so much because I love Bloodborne. It will always hold a special place in my heart. You can roll cancel out of a lot of that stuff to protect yourself. The rolling in this game, very close to completely useless. It is almost useless. Like you saw in that last final fight, the most punishing attacks, when they turn red, you can't block them. You can't roll out of them. I am a dodger. I do not like to parry. I do not like to block in any game. I like to read the attacks and roll through most attacks. There are little to no iframes. I don't even know if there are iframes in a dodge in this game. I'm gonna play a New Game Plus because I want to see some of the other choices that I made. I didn't make the right choices to get the final dialogue. There was that picture of Pinocchio, or me, whoever I am. I'm guessing that I am Pinocchio, the puppet that is supposed to represent and eventually turn into Carlo, Geppetto's son. Final thoughts. Obviously, this is going to be completely spoiler-full if you guys are just joining in watching this. I like the choices in this game. The little Arpeggio, my favorite character in the game. He had some really cool lines. The riddles were cool. The side quests were nice. Lexasia, favorite boss in the game. She was very cool. I wish that I didn't spawn a Spectre. I think the Spectres kind of ruin that flow of gameplay because the whole time you're going it alone. It's not a multiplayer game at all through the whole game. So bringing in that extra character definitely helps you. Like if you just kind of want to, play on easy mode, spawn in that Spectre, have that bullet sponge, so to speak, yeah, go for it. But I think, in my opinion, these games are supposed to be very difficult. This game wasn't super difficult. There was no boss that I mean, maybe except for Lexasia, that took me more than 10 tries. This game was great. I'm hoping that there is a harder difficulty that gets unlocked when we finish these credits. I'm interested in the DLC, but like I said, I want to make a video of like my top tier games in all different types of genres. We'll probably do it in like a stream format and we'll separate it by genre and go through some of the games that I already own, the games that I want to play through. I still have my PS3. I mean, I loaded this thing up with games. There's so many games on there that I didn't get to experience. So like I said, we're almost through with Unreal Tournament 3. Unreal Tournament will always hold a special place in my heart. Screw Epic Games for killing Unreal with Fortnite. I want to play More Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament 3 is really good. I like the combat. I'm getting sidetracked. This game, final rating, I would probably give it like an 8 or a 9. This was like top tier for me. This was like maybe, I mean, I hate to put it up there so early because it might just be initial, you know, honeymoon phase with this game, but I think it's like a top 3 contender. Best game I've ever played. Next to, I mean, Stellar Blade, the combat was just so fun. I'm still playing through it. I'm gonna platinum that game. Bloodborne holds that #1 spot. This is probably at least in the top 5. Top 10 is pushing it. I think it deserves like a top 5 placement of best games I've ever played. Cyberpunk, up there in that same category. Like I said, I'm going to be coming out with that tier list. We'll do that here soon. A lot of my computer stuff is kind of basically just off limits, so to speak, at the moment, so I can't really utilize it right now, but once I
have a final report on the Crot experiment.
You certainly took your time, Paracelsus. Your findings?
I think we have a new brother. A new type of humanity, so
Paracelsus.
There are many forms of eternal life.
It's intriguing and worth further observation.
Noted. And we'll have to get his arm back anyway.
I'm counting on it. Expect another report at the next meeting. Paracelsus returning. Ah, and when I return, I will find her. For sure. Another key of ours. Dorothy.
The items below will not. So this is the hardest difficulty. Kind of disappointing. I'm hoping maybe with the DLC there is a harder difficulty. No, like we were saying,
can you hear me?
We're just gonna skip this. This game is great. Oh, yes. Reset P organ? No, I'm just gonna.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Dude. The story in this game is really good. I like the choices. I mean, it's.
I see they got Jiminy. My name is Jiminy. Please escort him to the hotel.
What was this? This was this. The story in this game is so good. It's super in your face. It's not as cryptic as something like Bloodborne. This game is great. It's another one of those games Lower damage while dodging. I mean, please. It's slightly heavier. This game is great. Highly recommend. I mean, if you don't have PlayStation, this is worth it. I don't know. I would say this is worth it at $30. This is worth it at full price. I should have bought this game at full price. Another game I'm really interested in, especially with the announcement of the sequel, is Black Myth Wukong. Am I heavy right now? Why am I heavy? Oh, because I don't have the weight thing on. Yeah, another thing I haven't even touched yet, like, we might stream this a little bit more, especially when I get the DLC. I think I'm gonna take a step away from this to play some other games that, you know, we actually haven't finished yet. Like I said, I have a huge back catalog of games I have not finished. So I want to get through some of those before we just go and purchase the DLC and continue. But I want to mess around with changing the weapons and seeing how that really affects the game. Because there's so many weapons in this game. Just walk right up to this guy. But this game is really good. It honestly surpassed my expectations. The combat feels great. I love the riposte, the health return, you know, taking damage and being able to attack and gain your health back. Very Bloodborne. So yeah, I think honestly, final review, as of just finishing the game, it's a 9. That might change to like an 8.5 or an 8 by the time we finish, or by the time we play like the DLC. Might change a little bit. I think, you know, DLC might fix some of these problems. Some of the bosses might be harder. I like to consider DLC in, you know, like a final review of a game, because it is part of the game and their final iterations of, you know, maybe with the bosses, some of the things they might have messed up or mistaken. It was a little easy. This might be one of the easier Soulsborne that I've played. And it's not bad. It's not a bad thing for everybody. For me, I like a challenge. As upset as I might get with some of the bosses, it's very satisfying when you finally overcome that challenge. I think that's what's very fun about something like Dark Souls 3, which I might return to. I have the DLC, never completed it. I might do that in like a full stream just to revisit. I want to get through Demon Souls. I want to get through Nier. I want to get through Nier Automata. Just to like fully judge some of these games that a lot of these games took inspiration from. Side quests, not really missable. I like how a lot of people might take this as like a downside, but I like, I don't know, how do you say, the linearity, or how linear the game is. It's very much on rails. You just kind of cruise through it. I mean, we had, let's see, we'll look at our save file in a second. This save file here, we beat it in around 22 hours, 23 hours. Not bad at all. It's a nice size game, especially for the content and the story that it provided. Yeah, and the leveling didn't seem as crucial. I mean, I have experience with kind of like the way to level in these games, so maybe that's a bit of a mishap on my part, just having that experience with these games and how easy it was. I think, again, the hardest boss was probably Lexasia, and that was my favorite because of the difficulty. I would have liked what Stellar Blade did, where you get to the ending, you cruise into New Game Plus, there's some additional upgrades that you can get, and they add a hard difficulty. I don't think this game was scaled difficulty-wise difficult enough for those hardcore Soulsborne players. Hopefully we missed a key. We missed a key because you can come back here and you can go around to this area. I skipped it, and there must have been another Trinity key. So we'll have to remember that next time that we come through here. Another gripe I kind of have, I think I touched on it a little bit before, is the blocking mechanic. I like to dodge. A lot of games have really good iframes when you dodge. This game does not. The dodge frames in this game are pretty abysmal. kind of have to rely on that block, and learning how to block instead of perfect guard in almost every situation is kind of crucial. Just remembering that you don't need to perfect guard everything. Really good game overall. I can't say it enough. I really appreciate what they did. The environment is really cool. I like the story being kind of like steampunk, gothic-esque style. Very inventive, kind of blends the Bloodborne Gothic and Surge, where you can mix a lot of different weapons together, blend them together, get different abilities, that type of stuff. And like I said, we will come back to do the DLC. I don't think I'll do it immediately, but that is something that I am interested in doing, just to see how mixing up the different handles and blades of weapons kind of change up the gameplay, and if the leveling up of the weapons contributes to the offensive capabilities of that, which I'm guessing it will, you know, if you fully upgrade a weapon. We're gonna buy that. I already have a Great Sword of Fate. I don't know if I bought that one. What does it look like?
Out here alone. Out here alone.
I mean, it's 300. Puppet Saber's Blade. Oh, I don't think we did, because those were from the other choices of builds.
Out here alone.
We'll pick this up too, because if you can mix it up and disassemble weapons, it's probably good to have a dupe of it, just so you can have the base model still. Yeah, the variety of costumes was decent. I'm guessing again in DLC they kind of elaborate on that aspect of the game. I'd like a couple more costumes. I thought every single Trinity key was going to give you a new costume, because it's kind of like a side thing. So it does kind of count as a dodge, or like a get out of jail free card, really. You know what, why not? Let me not die to this first boss. Now we can see everything the puppets actually say. It's kind of cool. And you know what we'll do is we'll pick all the stuff that we didn't get. So everything but the frozen heart weapon will have to obtain all of those rings.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel's security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
Yeah, once seems great. Highly recommend it. I really want to play Black Myth Wukong. Another one I want to dive into is First Berserker Kazan. And I think that's kind of the extent of the games in this genre that I want to experience. The market's kind of getting flooded at this point. Oh, wait. We'll see. Yeah, I think the market's kind of flooded at this point. There are just so many Soulsborns coming out. There's one by Naughty Dog that I'm kind of interested in. Might be the only new one that I'm interested in that's like set to come out soon. But Lies of P. Great game. Highly recommend. The story's there, the combat's there. Very fun combat. I played with a Dex build. There's the reset stat system, which is great. I think that's the one thing maybe Bloodborne might have been missing, is being able to reset your stats. You have to build a whole new character. Not a huge gripe. I mean, I can't fault Bloodborne really for anything. I love the fact that they have the Chalice Dungeons. That's something that no other Souls game from Software has ever brought back to the table, is the Chalice Dungeons. People hate them. I would love to see that implemented in a game like this. I think all games like this should have that randomly generated aspect of the game where it's endless content. I can go back and play Bloodborne as much as I want through the story, but Chalice Dungeons are where it's always going to be different. Yeah, I love this game. This is one of the greats. Can't stress enough though. I think if this game was just a little bit more difficult, it would have been more satisfying. If there was just a slightly higher difficulty. You know, maybe that would have pushed my try count above 10. You know, 15, 20 tries to learn the moveset of some enemies. I don't know if I was over leveled. I haven't watched anything on this game at this point in time. So
I'm so happy to see
I don't know if I was using like the craziest, easiest, you know, cruise control build.
Sophia. First,
but
you must have questions.
I liked it.
Please find.
So yeah, those are my final thoughts. I'll leave it with that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back next time with some more content. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.